Hello, everyone, and welcome to the last energy update of 2025. I pulled a card just before coming onto this video for the energy of the week starting on the 29th of December, and the card that came up was holiday. And it says, treat yourself to a holiday. Now, putting in context of the fact that the deck is called Healing Burnout with the Angels, I will just say as a caveat that actually taking a holiday to heal burnout is actually not usually effective, because burnout requires us to change our life in quite a deep way. So a holiday would be considered a little bit like a plaster in a wooden leg in terms of that. And actually, most people who have experienced burnout would tell you that going on holiday, you know that you're in burnout when going out for a holiday, you come back just as tired as before you left. So that has been said, it's interesting to see that the energy, the universal energies of this week are supporting us to take some time off. And I had planned to do some work this week, so I'm probably going to take my own advice to take it easy, because I feel a bit of pressure since I have a 5-day challenge coming at the end of the month, and I still have so much to do, to record the videos, write the emails, set up the Facebook community. So I'm tempted to start work as soon as tomorrow. But tomorrow, actually, in effect, I cannot, because I'm taking a very good friend of mine to a spa in Bath, the city of Bath. I live only 40 minutes from it, which is going to be like a mini holiday. And I guess this actually feeds to the second point I want to make about holidays, is that sometimes we believe that we need to go far, far away for as long as possible, 3 to 4 weeks on a holiday to recharge. But sometimes short or mini holidays or mini holiday activities that are weaved into your week can actually work a lot more efficiently and give you the relief that you need, so that you have more, it's integrated into your normal routine as opposed to being once in a blue moon. And I'm taken back to my years as a lawyer, where I used to work in a law firm. But even after that, when I worked after 2 years in a law firm, I worked in a legal department for the rest of my 15-year career. And I was always struck about the fact that people would almost put their life on hold between holidays. What I'm trying to say here is that because they didn't enjoy their job that much, they would constantly talk about the next holiday they were going to take, and how they would be happier then. And it's almost like they put up with the grind and the long hours, and the fact that actually their lives weren't that fulfilling, because there would be the prize at the end of it, which was the holiday that they could take from time to time. Now, obviously, this is a concept that applies much more in Europe, where you can have up to 6 weeks holiday a year, whereas I know that in the US, for example, it's more likely to be 2 weeks. So you can't really live on hold between holidays. But it always struck me that I would prefer, and it was the case back then. I would always say to myself, I want to live a life where I don't need to take a break from it. That it's so fulfilling and it's so satisfying and balanced that actually I don't need a break from it. And I'm glad to say that I actually have created that life for myself. But even when I worked as a lawyer, I enjoyed my job so much that I didn't feel I needed to escape my life or escape my job by going away for long periods of time. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't like to travel and spend time on holidays away, because it's true that when you leave your home, you don't have to think about the bills so much. You don't have to think about cleaning the house. You don't have to think about all the things that are in your face when you're at home. So you can take a good break. But it does come with the stress of traveling. And for me specifically, And I know I'm part of a minority of parents, but because my kids are autistic, actually traveling was incredibly stressful. Especially if I travel, even still now, if I travel abroad with my youngest in particular, that can be actually more stressful than staying at home. So I suppose this is a reflection on the theme of holidays in this video, to see how you can create, and also it's quite important sometimes to create a holiday in your mind. So it's about letting go of all your problems, and you can do that by imagining that maybe you're bundling them into a big box and you hand it over to the universe, or I like to hand it over to my angels to ask for the help that I need for these particular problems, and then see if help comes from unexpected ways after I've done that. So it's also about taking a holiday from your problems. Sometimes it's important also to take a mental holiday from your thoughts. Now, of course, we can't stop thinking. We think day and day night, but we can be the observer of our thoughts, and we can pick and choose which thoughts we want to give clout to or attention to. So being on a mental holiday can mean that if you have an unpleasant thought that comes up, or a fear, you can try and appease it by saying, you're just a fear and fears are not real. There's as many chances of that fear happening as of not happening, and for that reason I decide to park you temporarily. So that's a bit the spirit I'd like you to apply, because the universal energies this week are very good to help you take a mental break, right? So that's what I'm thinking when I'm seeing this image that I'm sharing, that you will be able to see if you watch the video on my social media. And if you miss it today, as I'm releasing it on the 28th of December, Sunday, you can pick it up on my YouTube channel, and there will be a link underneath. I also want to invite you to sign up for the 5-day challenge that I mentioned at the start, that I'm working on at the moment, called Get Your Energy Back, so that by the time you get back to work, and possibly the holiday period that we've just been through, at least in the northern hemisphere, and for people who link to Christmas traditionally, can be exhausting. Actually, we can finish the holiday more tired than we started it. So don't be shy. Don't be afraid to sign up for 5-day challenge. It's free. It will be run in Facebook. There will be both tasks in the morning. I'm going to explain a little bit, actually. Usually you have a task video first thing in the morning at sort of 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning. It's a very small and simple task that you can do in less than 5 minutes. So I want you to be able to integrate it into ABZ Day. Then usually around lunchtime, and this is all UK times, around lunchtime you will have what's called an Ask Me Anything post in the Facebook community, which is a pop-up community, so it's only active when I'm running the challenge. And that's to ask all the questions you might have about the task. And then in the evening, I do a live stream where I answer all the questions, or I give you additional information about the task that might help you to complete it. And then we move on to day 2, day 3, day 4. Each day has its own task, and each day has its own live stream. So that's the story about the challenge. That's the story about the energy of the week. I'm really pleased, actually, that there is, well, first, it's the first non-angel card that we're getting from the deck as a reading this week. But I'm glad that the energy of the week is about holidays, so that hopefully all of us can get the vibe, the holiday vibe, even if we're not traveling and even if we're working. Perhaps we can be a little bit more relaxed in the work that we do. Perhaps we can also do a bit of visioning about a future holiday that we can plan right now. I myself, I'm about to plan my next trip to Paris, which is going to be a holiday. I just don't know exactly when that's going to happen at this stage. So thank you for watching this video. If you like it, comment below, let me know what resonates with you, but also tag anyone or send the link to this video wherever you see it, whether it's on LinkedIn, on Facebook, Instagram. Send it to someone who you think might enjoy listening to this content. Thank you very much. And of course, as always, if you don't want to miss the energy of the day of the week, subscribe to my newsletter. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be with you for another video next week. Bye for now.